Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh Shai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh Shai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh Shai. Call Haloyim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock. Shalom and salutations to Akim out here that's pushing the words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the elect Akim Aqua, Scattered Israelites and Israelite foreigners. I brought this out. This video was edifying. So, just no title, man. I'll get the title later. But this is all about destruction and devastation. And the thought that came to my mind that garnished, that was weighing on my mind that created this, me to go into these scriptures, destruction scriptures, was that eventually we just got to come to terms with a lot of people unaliving, a lot of people becoming unalive. Y'all can fill in the blanks there, right? We come into a large-scale unaliving event that's about to happen. And so as we going through our day and we're at work and wherever you at, supermarket, stores, whatever, just that thought, boom, that initial spark of, wow, a lot of these people ain't gonna make it. Well, that's what keeps your focus on this truth. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. That's what keeps you wise. That's what keeps you continuing to do the works of the Lord so that you can, Lord willing, becomes part of that fold, a part of that elect, be saved. So we have the fervent fear of the Lord, and it revolves around what the scriptures say about these end times that what's prophesied about, the doom and the gloom that's about to happen. So without further ado, Matthew 10:34 says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth." So right off the bat, what we do know about Yahweh Shai, along with his color, he's a dark-skinned Israelite, all right, a man that from the tribe of Judah, okay, sinless, all right, reincarnated from Isaac, Melchizedek, and Solomon, and so-called Negro white woolly hair. Amongst other things, we do know about Yahweh Shai, a man acquainted with grief, all right, a man who came humbly, lowly as an ass, all right, he came lowly, sitting upon an ass's coat. He came, he was scoffed at, mocked, and basically bruised for our sins and iniquities. Amongst other things, what we do know is that vengeance is his. And so the Lord, the Father, Yahweh, is sending his son, Yahweh Shai, back again to collect, all right? The debt was paid, the due was paid with his blood, and now he's coming back to collect. Remember, it's biblical to expect slaves to serve the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. It's very biblical. When the Israelites come into power, they will have slaves, all right? And the Most High will have mercy upon his people, Israel, all right? That's, what is that, Jeremiah, I think, or Isaiah 13 or 14. Isaiah 14, I believe. So I'm going to keep going. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but the sword. So the Most High wants to destroy this place, America. He wants to wipe it out, all right? While you walking around shopping, doing your daily, some of the people's doing holiday gift giving, man. Secret Santas and all of this stuff. You sending your kids to sit on pedals' laps. Why are you doing all of this dizzy, acrobatic actions that America requires of its citizens? You're getting ready to be nuked, man. This is that fire that the Lord says is going to be sent upon this earth. It's this thermonuclear war. All right, you got China, you got Russia stating that the de-dollarization of the world is upon us right now. That means America is just not going to be as strong as it used to be. That means all of these luxuries that you take for granted, you get your water, you get the right temperature, you can go to the salon, get your nails done, hair done, everything did. All of this gas, transportation, low cost, this and that, traveling freely, not worrying about a drone missile strike. Them days is coming to an end, man. All right? You can kiss that part of America goodbye. It's done. And so the Most High is sending this sword now. Now you got to deal with destruction. Now you got to deal with devastation. Now you got to deal with people being unalive. Mass events of unaliving, man. Can't you see it in the works? Can't you see the sun setting on this bastard place called America? Let's continue. This is Luke 12:49. It says, I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I have already been kindled. The Most High just wants this place eradicated, man. It's time's up for America. What are you doing? What are you doing with your time? All right, you think it's going to continue? The scriptures tell you in Lamentations 4:21 that rejoice, O Edom. Rejoice, because very soon you're going to have to drink of that cup. That cup involves slavery. It involves destruction. All right. It involves this fire that the Lord said he's going to wipe out Basra with and desolate, make desolate Edom with. All right. So-called white man is ruling the world right now. This is his place. And America is just that beacon and that haven of witchcraft and evil. That's why it's known as the mystery of Babylon, or the mother of all harlots. All right. It's been a harlot. It's played the harlots throughout all this world now. And now the nations have become mad. They've drinking off this Babylonian wine, this cup that America has passed on throughout these nations, this cup of everything from philosophies, evil and ways and patterns and murder and deceit and lies and schemes and debauchery that America floods these cups with and then passes them out for nations to drink and doing business with her. This is the place of Maktesh, that busy city, that merchant city. This is a place in Revelations 18. It speaks about how the nations stand off afar off, weeping because of, they made so much merchandise of her. This is a whore. This is that great whore Babylon in the scriptures that's going to get pelted with nuclear missiles, man. They're all aimed at Babylon. You can't see it. The Lord said, I'm about to send the fire upon this place, but the fire, what will off? The fire is already burning, already kindled. All right. And so there's going to be wars and riots and pestilences and earthquakes, and you're going to have little small scale insurrections. You're going to have cities turning on governments. And as you can see with the situation in Colorado, the state and openly, the Colorado, the Supreme Court just said that they will not have President Trump on the ballots. This is sedition. This is the beginning of things that involve war and breakout and outbreaks of war and civil wars and infightings, man. This place is crumbling and we're still in it. And the Stockholm syndrome and the normalcy bias is strong enough where the people will not even acknowledge that the place they're circling the drain right now as we speak. Let's continue. All right, Matthews 24:37, Yahweh told us, he warned us, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So now you got to do your biblical research. You got to understand what the days of Noah were like. What likened them to. Well, Job 15:22-15 says, hast thou marked the old way which wicked men have trodden, which were cut down out of time, whose foundation was overflown with a flood? These are the people who lived during the time of the flood, man. They didn't expect a flood to happen. It never happened before. Noah, this man, prophet, is self-proclaimed, is out there prophesying about rain coming down from heaven, which we never seen. And then all of a sudden, he's building this magnificent big ark. It looks great, but it's sitting on the ground. It's far from any water. Why would I ever? And then yet and still, the evil way in which man would live, and they continue to live because, as it says in verse 17, which said unto Yahweh, depart from us. And what can the Almighty do for them? There's nothing that you could do. The Lord, the Father, okay, yeah, all of that. All right, we hear you, Noah. And then the flood came and cut them down. You see? And so that's what's going to happen to these people. They're going to get cut down when the flood rains from heaven. You see? When the chariots are buzzing, beaming up the elect and sending out laser beams, concentrated fire shooting and being plagues upon the earth and bringing judgment of the Lord. He's coming back to judge this place, Babylon, all right? And fire is igniting, all right, from nuclear warheads all across the major cities of America, with all the population being consumed in that fire with it. Do you see how devastating this action is going to be? But we're supposed to, just pop the TV on and watch It Could All Be Good, or whatever Christmas movie, holiday movie is on today, and just sip eggnog and forget about existence and the devastations to come. Nah, man. The Lord don't have the Lord got his elect wrapped up in this, man, like a snug blanket. Just like you snugged up in your blanket. That's how we snugged up into this truth, man. We comforted by it too. These words comfort us, man. And comfort the hell out of us, man, because we can't wait. We are vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, just like we vexed with this place, man. All right, urging the Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, please bring this destruction now, immediately, tonight, if possible. It says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark. It all came down to a day. You see, they was parlaying, man. They was letting it all hang out, so to speak, man. You know, I'm sure the women was wearing certain type of revealing dresses of that time, and certain type of moves and seduction ways, and the men were just, you know, trying to seduce the women. And it's all about, you know, the vibe. You know, the vibe in the days of Noah was probably very consistent with the vibe of America in these days. And the correlation is that if you too much into the vibe of America, guess what? You either gonna see that this is just like the days of Noah, or you too into the vibe where you just can't see it at all. And the Most High blinded the eyes of 2/3 of our people. He blinded them. You know, he allowed Satan's devices to blind them. The mind, you know, the scriptures say that the God of this world has blinded the minds of them. Man, they ain't allowed to see what we allowed to see through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And allowed to get prepared for the coming day of the Lord, and allowed to clean up your heart and come towards the Lord, or allowed to embrace the name of the Father and the Son, as we do, and pray diligently and fast upon things that you really need, and ask without wavering. They ain't allowed to enter into that space. That's a holy space to enter into. All right. So even though we still got to deal with society, man, we got hope. We got hope, and we prisoners of it. Verse 39 says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Yeah, we want the coming of the Son of Man to be similar to that. You see, because Noah was good. The 8 souls, along with Noah, were good. They were straight. Well, the Lord's elect are going to be like Noah and the 8 souls. And the 2/3 are going to be like those that remained unbelieving and died in the flood. This is that second judgment. The first judgment was likened unto the flood and with water. The second with fire. This is where we at right now in time, in the space of time and prophecy. All right. This is Joel 2:1. It says in the title, I must read, the terrible visitation. Okay. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. That's that nuclear smoke. All right. It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, and great people and a strong that hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. This destruction is going to topple the flood. It goes on, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Why? Because that's what it's going to feel like. It's fire over here, fire over there, thermonuclear fire engulfing everything. All right, look at the mass span of what a 15 megaton nuclear warhead can do, man. I'm surprised they even put that on YouTube anymore, you know, but it won't get a lot of views, especially by you Judites and you Negroes and you Latinos and Native Americans, you hard-headed, the hardest of the hard-headed peoples on this earth who will not turn at the Lord's rebuke or not hear his prophets or not hear at warning or caution. You can care less about a warning and a caution. All right. If the video upsets you, you clicking off, man. Well, the Lord's going to get rid of you. Just like Ray gets rid of bugs, or your bottom of your shoe gets rid of a cockroach, the Lord's going to get rid of you 2/3, man. Right. By way of this fire he's prophesying of. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, which is paradise, meaning it symbolizes like it's still existing. It's like a haven. People still want to come to America. It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Well, a desolate place, any desolation is something that's been destroyed. It's been wiped away. It's been destroyed. America is going to get flattened. It's going to get levitated. All right. Remember what happened when they detonated the towers and it dropped down and it completely eviscerated it. Right. The Lord's going to eviscerate this place, man. It's going to be a desert with desert dwelling creatures, all right? Once formerly known as the United States of America. Thus saith the Bible, because this place is the whoredom. It's the mother of all harlots. Mystery Babylon in the scriptures that will be destroyed violently, man. It says, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So don't look for any escape. If you do not believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, the powers of the heavens and the earth, powers of the galaxies, the power of the Creator and his Son, who he sent for propitiation for the sins of the covenant people Israel. If you are not a believer, In these end times, do not look for no escape. You're not going to find it. All right. Your escape will be a thermonuclear fire and the burn in it. And then in the kingdom of heaven, you'll return as through the loins of the elect, meaning you'll be the sons and the daughters of the elect. And you will hang your heads low for a period of time, because you'll recognize then that when the prophets were there, you didn't believe, and you have to deal with it yourself. Call Haloyim Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.